Hey, Ted, you guys have had some success stopping the run the first 3 weeks. Been a little bit more of a struggle against Kansas State and TCU. Just what do you guys need to clean up to kind of fix that, especially going into Texas and Bijan Robinson this weekend?
You know, we got a lot of things to clean up. We all own a piece of that, what's happened the last couple of weeks. But, the only way I know to approach it is just go back to work. We've evaluated everything, and everything matters. Every step matters. Every eye transition, it all matters. And so we just got to go back to work. That's all I know how to do. There's no magic, like I said the other day. There's no magic bullet or magic dust you throw on all of a sudden, but hard work and commitment to the process and belief to how we do things. We've got a leader that is built for this, that understands it and has been through it, the process, and we're committed to that and belief in our players.
Ted, when there's players running way behind the defense, 20 yards, 10 yards, whatever, it may be an indication that somebody didn't get the right signal, the play call. Can you kind of describe, without giving up company secrets, maybe the process between yourself and the sideline, and then from the sideline you got guys signaling stuff in, and then Brent's doing hand signals? It looks like guys are not getting the full call or whatever it might be.
Well, I know what plays you're referring to, and we don't have any coverages where we let people run 20 yards behind us. We don't design coverages like that. So mistakes happen. There was a mistake, and that things that we can't happen that we've got to get corrected. So the whole process, that's been the process. We didn't change how we do things from week 3 to 4 or 5 as far as that process. So that's something that we just got to clean up.
Is there a tendency to want to fix that or address that from a communication standpoint?
Oh yeah, we're addressing everything, just like we do when we win. Because when you win, everything's not always perfect either. So you have to go through the same process of correcting mistakes. So you can improve, and that's what we got to do, and we understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, Ted, has it been too complex the last couple of weeks? Do you try to simplify it or anything like that in terms of just the game plan?
Well, when we execute in practice, and then, obviously we didn't execute very well the other day. You look at everything. You look at yourself first, and certainly we all made mistakes, and we've got to get those corrected. But as far as saying we're committed to what we do, and because we have a lot of flexibility within our scheme, and we're going to continue our process of how we game plan and how we install and how we practice, and taking it to the game field.
You struggled to stop the run the last couple of weeks, and yet here comes maybe the best running back in the league, that Texas has. Talk about, what they do. They got 2 quarterbacks too, so trying to defense them. What do you see out of that?
And a really good tight end and some good offensive linemen too, yeah. But, it comes down to being precision, the fundamentals, the precision of the fits. Starts with where your eyes are, where you get lined up, because we don't take anything for granted as coaches. Going back to the ABCs of, playing football and stopping the run, and whether it's proper leverage on the football, like I said, the precision and the fits, the tackling, it all goes hand in hand. And, so we work on that every week. It's not like we go for 3 weeks, we emphasize it, and 2 weeks we didn't. That's not how we do it. It's unfortunate, disappointing, frustrating, but at the same time, today's Monday of a new week, and we certainly understand what's happened, and we've got to get it fixed.
Ted, after the game, Brent mentioned used the word panic a couple times on defense, how sometimes the guys look like they were panicked a bit. How do you guard against them not letting big plays drag them down over the duration of a game? And were there times when you just saw maybe 10 guys doing one thing and just that one guy trying to do maybe too much and takes himself out of the play?
Yeah. Panicking meaning that like you're in phase on a route, and to be able to play through the basket, turn and locate the ball, all the things that you can do when you're in phase, and just playing the ball. But say panicking, guys just got to do their job, and we as coaches got to do our job. So it's really that simple. The precision, the fundamentals, the aggression, the physicality, all the things that go into to being a good defensive football team. And that's, like I said, we got to get that fixed, and we got to grow in that area real quick.
Yeah, Ted, we saw the first few games of the season, the defensive ends had a really big impact, especially Reggie. Last couple of weeks hadn't been the case. What have you seen from those guys, especially Reggie Grimes, that's different, and what can you do to put them in better position to be impactful on this defense moving forward?
Well, each defensive call has a strength, and each defensive call has a stress point. And within each call, some guys that do dirty jobs that may not show up in the stat sheet, and some guys are, when they're we call blitz and we get a free runner at the quarterback, everybody sees that, but they don't see the guy that went inside and ate two blocks and things of that nature. So, our scheme again is player friendly. It's aggressive, and as far as specifically with Reggie, it's something we all got to just keep getting better. There's like I said, there's just no magic dust, man. It's just a process to show up for work every day, and bust your butt to get it done and improve. And we've got it, but we've identified the areas like we do every week. Again, like I go back, even when we win, we do the same thing. It's not like we gloss over wins and move on to the next deal. No, that's not what we do. So from that standpoint, it's just within each call, there's a strength and a stress point, and somebody's got to do dirty jobs sometimes as opposed to running free.
Yeah, Ted, you guys are playing with a roster mostly recruited for a different scheme. How much of your problems are related to getting guys acclimated to a new scheme?
It's year one of a new scheme, and there's growing pains that usually accompany that. But at the same time, the fundamental aspect of it, and just the execution, the precision that we've just got to continue to go through and work to get better.
When we talk about new scheme, it's not necessarily having to learn it. Sometimes it's guys ill-suited to the new scheme. Do you have any of that?
No, I don't think we're ill-suited for our scheme. No, if we were, we would have done something else. We evaluated our personnel when we got here, and this is what we feel fits into our personnel.
When you talk about some of the mistakes at the back end, how do you work on that communication in a game week? And as you said last week, you felt good about it going in, and then some of those same problems cropped up.
Yeah, you just continue to emphasize it in practice, demand it in practice, and then again through repetitions, you take it to the game field, and so that's where it all starts, because your practice performance is usually the best indicator of what's going to happen on game day, because it's just a reflection of your habits. But we practiced well last week, so for whatever reason, we got to connect the dots.
A couple more. All right, Justin.
Coach Jake McCoy came in and made a few plays for you guys. Just what have you seen out of him in terms of what he's done to carve out a role on this team? Yeah,
Jake's a guy that's really committed. He's tough. He's a smart football player, and he's embraced his role. And obviously with our depth at linebacker, it's a good thing for us that he's with us doing what he's doing.
You guys rotated through a lot of different players early on Saturday. Jaron Kanek wasn't in that rotation. What does he got to do to get more playing time early on? Wasn't really a factor against Kansas State either after kind of coming in and playing.
He played 15 snaps in the second half, so he got a lot of reps in the second half. So from that standpoint, he's just got to keep working to get better. Again, this is Jaron's first year playing linebacker, so the familiarity, especially linebacker at this level. So he's done a good job, and he's earned that, and we're going to continue to play Jaron. And the more that he plays, the better he's going to get, because he's a guy that cares a bunch and is very prideful in his work ethic, prideful in his performance. And, you know, we're going to see him go like that.
Thank you, Coach.
Sure.